The U.S. has dealt another strong blow to al-Qaida. The terror organization's most dangerous branch admitted an American drone strike killed its #2 leader. Al-Qaida in the Arabian Peninsula is based in Yemen. Bob Orr has more on the group and its second in command.
Saeed al-Shiri was a jihadi disciple of Osama bin Laden and trained with al-Qaida fighters in Afghanistan before 9/11. Al-Shiri was captured in December 2001 and sent to Guantanamo Bay. In 2007, he was released to his homeland, Saudi Arabia. And just 2 years later, al-Shiri was back in the terror business, helping to form the Yemen-based terror group, al-Qaida in the Arabian Peninsula. As AQAP's #2, al-Shiri was an operational commander and right at the center of a series of bomb plots targeting the U.S. In December 2009, AQAP put an underwear bomb aboard a passenger jet headed to Detroit. In 2010, the group planted bombs aboard 2 U.S.-bound cargo planes. And in 2012, a follow-up underwear plot was disrupted by U.S. and British intelligence. While none of the plots succeeded, AQAP demonstrated stronger operational abilities than the remnants of bin Laden's original group. Al-Shiri's group has also motivated lone wolf attacks inside the United States, most recently the Boston bombings. Investigators say the Tsarnaev brothers built their bombs with guidance from AQAP's online magazine, Inspire. U.S. officials say al-Shiri's death does not end the threat from AQAP, but his replacement will be hard to find, as relentless drone strikes have greatly thinned al-Qaeda's leadership ranks. Bob Orr, CBS News, Washington.
So joining us now is Jere van Dyk, CBS News Consultant. He's a Taliban expert and was held captive by the terror group. Jere, thanks for joining us this morning.
Good morning, Emily.
We have a few different things I want to talk to you about, but we'll start with this killing of al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula's #2, Saeed al-Shiri. How significant is this blow to the organization?
We don't know if he's even dead yet. The White House said tonight in a statement that we are not confirming this. He has allegedly been killed about 3 or 4 times already. The last known drone strike in Yemen was in April, so we don't really have the proof of this yet. But let us say, because it was announced by al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula itself that he is dead, I don't think it's that significant because there's always someone to replace him. One time when he was killed, 24 hours after that, when he was said to be killed, 24 hours after that, a suicide bomber detonated himself in Sana'a, the capital of Yemen, killed 13 people. To show the people, to show Yemen, to show the world that it doesn't matter who you kill, we're still very much here.
Right. So assuming that, I guess we are assuming that this is accurate information, we don't know. How closely has the U.S. been following this guy since he was released from Guantanamo Bay? I would think that he couldn't sneeze without, American intelligence knowing about it.
I think American intelligence did know about him, but I think also what we have to really look at is Saudi intelligence. The Saudis are the closest people to Yemen. Saudi Arabia, of course, is right next door. He was released from Guantanamo to the Saudis. The Saudis had him for a certain period of time, a few months or longer than that, under a rehabilitation program, and then they let him go. But did they really let him go without following him in some way? Because the Saudis are the ones who are on the ground more than I think that we are on the ground, because they are the same. Bin Laden is from Yemen. His father emigrated from Yemen to, he's from Saudi Arabia, but bin Laden's father emigrated from Yemen to Saudi Arabia. It's almost the same world. So the Saudis are probably the ones on the ground who've been targeting al-Qaeda. They were the ones responsible for this, and I think they were very much involved, working very closely in tandem, if you will, with the U.S.
All right, we seem to be seeing and hearing a lot more about al-Qaeda away from Afghanistan and Pakistan, and more in other areas of the Middle East and North Africa in particular. What's happening here?
There are a couple things that are happening. Number one, this fellow who was killed, Saeed al-Shiri, fought in Afghanistan. He also fought in Chechnya. And he is, of course, an integral part at one time of al-Qaeda. There are a great many people like him who have been watching, like you and me, like so many of our viewers, the world, watching the news, and they're seeing everything that's happening in these other countries. These people, al-Qaeda, come from these countries. Why should we stay in the tribal areas of Pakistan and fight in Afghanistan? We want to go to our homeland. We want to go where we can really make a difference, because this is what is important to us. Therefore, they're going out there. So you still have a presence. The #1 in al-Qaeda, we still think, is in Pakistan. That's Ayman al-Zawahiri. But I think that al-Qaida in the Arabian Peninsula, al-Qaida in the Maghreb, meaning North Africa, and now al-Qaida very definitely in Syria, to a lesser degree in Iraq, are everywhere. They're going, if you will, where the action is, where they can make a true difference.
Okay, I want to switch gears a little bit, and let's talk about 16-year-old Malala. At this point, almost everyone in the world knows about her. She was targeted by the Taliban because she was campaigning in favor of girls being educated. She survived that attack and it has become an international icon now. She recently received a letter from a Taliban commander. Not such a nice letter at all.
To put it mildly.
Yeah,
You're exactly right.
What was in that letter?
Well, the letter said that you are one of us. We are from the same clan, Yusufzai. These are Pashtuns from the tribal areas of Pakistan. We grew up together. In so many words, you understand our culture. You know that we are Muslims, yet you are celebrated out there in the West. You have become a child of the West. You have become someone who's world famous. But don't you forget 1 minute who you are and where you came from, and that you are a Muslim more than anything else. And when you talk about a book and you talk about a pen, you talk about reading, what we should talk about is the Quran, and to write about the Quran. And also what this letter really said fundamentally down at the very bottom, this very frightening, seething letter in so many ways is that we're watching you. I think she's a marked person in some ways. It's a dangerous letter.
Very, very scary stuff. You know, we saw her speak at the UN. Many people were moved, but it's a very good reminder that, you know, a lot of people are still very angry. And like you said, she may still be a target.
And how courageous she really is.
Indeed. So the other big story that's getting a lot of attention is the Rolling Stone magazine cover for this month. It has Johar Tsarnaev, the accused Boston Marathon bomber, on the cover. They particularly chose the photo of him where he sort of has a tousled hair. He, you know, looks like an attractive young man there, and a lot of people reacted very negatively to that. You're a terrorism expert. When you saw that cover, what did you think?
I thought the same thing. They made him appear almost cute, almost something that a young girl, a 21-year-old girl, would like, that this sweet young boy could turn into this monster. I think I know what the Rolling Stone editors were trying to do. They were trying to show, look at this sweet person and the monster that he really is.
Right.
The story itself is very good. I read parts of it. The journalist did her research and she went out and talked to people. The trouble is that perception is reality, and it comes across that we are actually promoting this young man, and what a cute, to use the word cute, handsome young boy he is. Interestingly also that they got their information, he and his brother got their information from a magazine posted online in Yemen. Al-Qaida in the Arabian Peninsula is the one that publishes the magazine that taught them how to
That's where they
make
allegedly
these bombs.
Learned all about these bombs and all that sort of stuff,
Exactly right. It just shows the power of the internet and what they can do to youth, no matter where they are in the world.
Indeed. Jere van Dyk, CBS News Consultant, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
You're welcome, Anne-Marie.